John Oaks here with HANKSTERS Hot Rods here in our Pennsylvania showroom. We are located in Homer City, Pennsylvania, which is located about 70 miles from the closest major airport, which is located in Pittsburgh. That's the Pittsburgh International Airport. Those of you that wish to come out and take a look at this vehicle and any other vehicle that we have in our inventory, you can always fly in there. Also, there's some smaller airports along the way too. Latrobe International Airport, which is the Arnold Palmer Airport. And then of course we have one right here locally, the Jimmy Stewart Airport here in Indiana, PA. What we have here today to go over, we've got this nice 1971 Chevrolet Nova. Now you'll notice all of the badging, the emblems, the hood and so forth, it all has the appearance of an SS Nova. Upon research, again, there's really not a whole lot that we could tell about it as far as it being an actual SS, unless you had actual paperwork to go along with it. But we have on this car all of that. We've got the SS emblems on the grille. We've got the steel SS hood here with the louvers right here in the center. We also have the 350 emblems up front here on the front fenders. And then as we come back, you're going to have the lower body moldings here, and then of course the SS badging across the tail panel on this car. Now our body panels on this car, as we look down the side of it, nice and straight. Everything falls all in line. Elevations are good on this car front to back, and you can see the door gaps here on that door front and back are very uniform. So the doors in its hole, very nicely adjusted, looks great. As far as all of our bright work and moldings on this car, you can see everything's in nice shape here, nice and straight, polished up. Again, no problems with any of that bright work on the car. Even the door handles, there's no pitting on those, nor on the mirrors, which are on both sides, by the way, driver and passenger side. As far as wheels and tires go, we've got factory 15-inch. These are the steel painted rally wheels, and you can see they've got the beauty rings and the center caps, which have the SS logo in the center of those too. Then we come towards the back, and again, all of our tail lights, all of our side marker lights too. You can see those lenses are in great shape. No pitting with the bezels around those either. The glass the whole way around this vehicle, you saw the side as we walked by there. It's in great shape the whole way around. There's no chips, cracks whatsoever in any of the glass. And then around the back side here, we'll take a look at our trunk fitment here mainly. The trunk fits very, very well in this car. Our elevations as far as our quarter panels there on both sides are right in line with one another. Our gaps the whole way around on this trunk lid too are all very nice and uniform the whole way around. You can see also we've got the chrome bumpers both on the rear as well as the front, and those are shined up and nice and smooth too back here, polished up. I already mentioned that SS emblem there too. We're going to open our trunk up, take a peek inside here. Now inside of our trunk, you can see the trunk floor. It's all finished off in the correct black and aqua spatter paint here. Also, we've got a set of Nova SS floor mats in here that go along with the car. Trunk seals and weather strips are all in great shape. Even the underside of the trunk painted that same black as the exterior. Nice, smooth and shiny on the underside of the trunk. We'll close this up. All of our lenses on our tail lights here, actually all the lenses on all of the marker lights too, are all in great shape. There's no cracks or chips in any of that. As we come around now the passenger side, same thing. Nice and straight bodywork the whole way down the side. Elevations are in good shape. As far as tires go, we've got Goodyear Eagle GT2 tires, both on the rear as well as on the front, and the tread on those is very nice. Again, the windows, you can see it, the condition of those is great here, along with all of our trim and moldings along the way. If we open up our door here, we're going to look in here at the interior. We've got an all black interior. We've got front bucket seats with the headrest there. Again, we've got the factory dash, which again, dash pad's in great shape. We've got factory gauges, both in the instrument panel And down in the 4-speed center console there, we've got that console cluster of gauges down there too that are all factory. The only gauge not factory, there's an AutoMeter tack in there. So again, just a nice addition for a 4-speed car. We'll go ahead and close this up. Just so I'm remembering here, carpet's in great shape, headliner, all of that. Everything looks great on the inside. Also, as we come forward, you see the Nova script emblems here on the fenders. And then as we get to the front of the car, again, we've got that matching front chrome bumper. Again, polished up, very nice. The grille itself is all intact, all one piece. It's blacked out where it should be, looks great. Got the SS grille emblem. Headlights, again, these are just traditional sealed beam units. No cracks or chips in those lenses. And also down below here for your parking lights or your turn signals, those amber lens covers, those are in great shape. Now again, we can see the different angle here on our hood. We've got the steel SS style hood here, complete with your louvers, and those louvers are in excellent condition. You can see how nice and bright and shiny those are. Our gaps here on our hood, those are uniform side to side, and the elevations compared to our front fender tops, those are all right in line with one another. We're going to open our hood up next, and we're going to take a look at what we've got for an engine in here. So, as far as our engine goes, we've got small block Chevy here. This is a 350, or I should say GM. Now this is a GM crate engine here. The block is the Echo in Mexico block, and again, this is the 350. It's got aluminum intake, a set of Edelbrock aluminum heads on it as well. Of course, you got your chrome air cleaner and valve covers. All your heater lines are all hooked up. Aluminum water pump here too. Just a stock factory style radiator in here with a 7-blade clutch fan, and of course we've got the fan shroud on there as well. Now this is a power steering car, but it is manual brakes. It's disc brake up front, drum brake on the rear of the car. As far as ignition system in it, they did go ahead and upgrade to an MSD distributor and blaster 2 coil, along with a nice set of MSD 8.5mm superconductor wires. All of this is all coupled up to a manual 4-speed transmission, and then that is connected by the drive shaft to a 10-bolt GM rear end, but it is the big 10-bolt. It's the 8.5-inch ring gear back there. So again, the drive line is going to be nice and stout for you. You're going to have a little bit of power here in this motor that's going to transfer back there, but that rear end is going to be plenty strong enough for you in the end. As far as that, you can see everything's blacked out underneath here. Nice shiny black on the engine compartment. All right, now that we have our 71 Nova here up on the lift, we're just going to go through everything here that we see. So starting up here at the front, this is all factory stock suspension up here. Lowers and uppers, that's all stock stuff. Your steering, all of your tie rods look to be in good shape. They're nice and free too, as far as the rubber dust boots on all of your ball joints everywhere. Those are all intact. Everything's been greased up, looks like it's been maintained great. It's even got the front sway bar on it, of which those frame bushings and the sway bar end link bushings and hardware are all in great shape. As far as our drive line goes, let's talk about that real quick. We've got a small block Chevy motor here. We've got that backed up with a Muncie M22 rock crusher transmission. Then we have this nice, looks like a pretty new drive shaft back here. And again, that is balanced, so that's going to eliminate a lot of vibrations from your drive line. And then it's finished off here with a GM 10-bolt rear. Now this does have 373 gears in it. It's got a nice aftermarket DTS rear cover aluminum, and it's got the the end cap bolts there that you adjust in to keep everything a lot stronger and tighter back there. As far as the fuel tank, just stock fuel tank also on this car. Now as far as floors go, now you can see the floors in this car, just your stock stamped steel floors. I don't see anything where anything's been really you know, changed or cut out and replaced. It looks like factory floors to me. All of the stamp markings are in them. All of the bracing also are in it. Now it does have what's probably the factory undercoating on this. So it is, you know, a little bit thicker, but normally you can see some that are a lot thicker than that. So everything looks good though. No patching whatsoever that I can see. As far as exhaust work, we've got dual exhaust, we've got long tube mufflers here, or long tube headers, and they look to be kind of like a jet coated or a heat treated header here. You can see that they will sometimes, you know, they'll do what they call that bluing or the discoloring there of the header. That's what it looks like, but they're in great shape. We've got these dual exhausts all the way back, got the nice exhaust clamps on it too, got the crossover pipe, Flowmaster mufflers, everything tucked in nice and tight on the car too, and then finished off with a set of tailpipes exiting out between the leaf spring and the rear quarter, just as it should. Front subframe is in great shape. You can see it's nicely painted up here. We've got the emergency brake all hooked up. All the cables are there. The frame bushings here, your body mount bushings, those are in great shape too. They're not squashed down too far. They're not cracked or anything like that. Fuel lines, brake lines are in great shape and run very nicely along the edges. Even your pinch welds along the bottom rocker here, those are in great shape, nice and straight the whole way down on both sides. As far as rear suspension, multi-leaf rear suspension back here, you can see that we do have the traction bars back here. And as far as the rest of the suspension, shocks and so forth on this car, all KYB Excel G shocks, both front and rear, so it's going to give it a real nice ride quality there for you driving down the road. All right, here we are. We're in our 71 Nova. We're getting ready to go ahead and take it for that ride so we can see what this car performs like out on the road. So we're going to start it up. Starts right up nice and easy there. If we look down at our tach, we'll take a look right there. It is working. That is in gear and at idle. So again, it's idling probably around 500-600 RPM right there. As far as gauges go, you can see our console gauges down here. Now we've got the battery gauge, which that is working. Our temperature gauge, that we'll see as we drive around a little bit. It's just now cold though because we just started it up. So that'll go ahead and build up. You can see our fuel gauge, it's working, reading almost 3/4 a tank of fuel. And the oil pressure gauge, you can see that also, and that's working too. And it's got good oil pressure there too. So we're going to go ahead and put her in gear, and we're going to go ahead up here to the road. We'll go ahead and get ourselves, whoop, that was my fault. I slipped my foot off the clutch. So we'll get up here to the highway, and we'll do like a short run down to our first intersection here. Then we'll get ourselves turned around, a little bit longer run here, and we'll show you what this car runs like. Right now we pull out pretty good and easy there. First gear, second gear, third gear, and fourth gear. So as you can see, it shifts real good the whole way up through all the gears. Obviously it is a 4-speed transmission. Clutch feels real good. It engages pretty much immediately as soon as you put your foot on it. So again, nice firm clutch pedal. We're going to go ahead and get ourselves over in the other lane here where we can make our turn. Now, other things that we'll talk about and we'll show you here as we drive, as we get turned around here, is first of all, you can look and see our turn signal. That's working. As we make the corner here, we'll keep on videoing just real briefly so that we can show that that turn signal does cancel itself out as we turn. We'll take a look at the speedometer also, because that works also. Now we have this nice Retrosound radio down here too. It's it's no modifications required. Fits right in the stock location. It's actually a digital AM/FM radio. We'll go ahead and see if we can turn that on for you and see if we can get any sound out of it. I know it does work from using it previously. Let's see if we can get a station here. There we go.
You know me. I'm not much of a big NBA guy.
So you can see that the radio does work.
Streak for the heat.
We'll turn that off.
Yeah, you're giving me the...
Okay. Then our blower motor too. that all works too. All of our slide controls work, both up and down. Of course, these are your factory heater controls, and then of course that shuts it off. As far as everything else though, I mean, you can see pretty much everything here. The interior of the car is great too. You can see our sun visors here. It is nice and sunny out for a change here today. And then of course, if you put them up, they're gonna stay up. I'm gonna go ahead and get going here. Whoop, there we go. Get her in first and get going here. And the turn signals do cancel themselves out, so that's good. So we're going to get turned around here. Once we get heading back to the shop here the right direction, we'll go ahead and pick up our video, and we can show you all the other things that we want to show in this video. All right, so we're going to pull out here now and get going, heading back to our shop. So again, the car pulls out, the clutch engage is nice. Again, second gear. Third, and you can see the stick stays in place, and there's fourth gear. So again, nice solid firm crisp shifts. Transmission works good, clutch works good, speedometer works good too, reading about 60, and the speed limit is 55 here. We're riding right along with traffic. The car actually does not pull to one side or the other. You do have to grab the wheel because you're going around the corner, but again, it steers nice and straight. Again, the brakes work good. They are manual brakes though, so you do have to put your foot into it just a little wee bit. But again, they stop nice and even. It doesn't pull to one side or the other. As far as the rest of the interior goes though, you can see how nice this is. The dash pad itself, there's no cracks in any of it. The seats again are in nice shape. There's no rips or tears in any of that. You can see the headliner too. No holes, no tears in any of that. Headliner's pulled nice and tight also. So again, real nice vehicle inside and out. Again, you've got that triple black. You've got the black exterior, black top, black inside too for your interior. So again, everybody wants all black car normally. Bucket seats. 4-speed, small block Chevy, and again, you've got that 4-speed transmission with the 10-volt rear in the back there. So again, nice solid car, and again, Nova 71, real popular body style. I don't think you'll be disappointed with this car at all. As we always tell everybody now, if you're viewing this on YouTube, or any of the other sites for say besides our website, always check our company website out before you know, making a call or deciding to make a trip here to look at the car. As always, our YouTube videos go on and they stay on forever, and we possibly could sell the car and it might not be here, it might be old inventory. So definitely check our company site out at www.hanksters.com to make sure that this is currently available in the inventory. And then we're going to show you the reverse gear working there too, as we get her backed up here to go back into our showroom. There you go. Reverse works. Temperature gauge also, it comes up. We didn't overheat, and it works. So there you have it. All the gauges there are all working. The exception is, of course, we do have this fuel gauge up here in the factory cluster. It's just unhooked. They've got the gauge down here in the console. So everything seems to work in here.